What is going on, everybody? Hope you're all having an absolutely brilliant hump day. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in to another stream of the Bazaar. We are mid-run today. I've started this run. I'm feeling good about it, so I just thought I'd finish it on stream. I know we've only just started, but yeah, just thought I'd finish this run on stream because it was going well. So yeah, let's keep cooking. I'm actually really enjoying Jules. I did have a decent run with her so far. Cake batter is interesting because it does offer us some scaling. This is kind of the point now where I'm struggling a little bit with Jules, just because I don't know how to play her. I don't know how to play her at endgame. I'm assuming cake batter does work. Microwave, awesome. Colander looks kind of cool as well. It is a tool. We'll see. Go for Infernal. Let's see how we go. Come to think about it, I don't know if we need necessarily shield scaling, because we do have, or more so just finding a skill that does the scaling for us. I think that may more so be the solution. A bit too upbeat for us. Let's go a bit more lo-fi. Alright, here we go. First time we fall below hot. When you use an item with burn, that item gains 1 burn for the fight. First time you burn, freeze. Then we're going to frostfire here. I like freeze. I really, really like it. Freeze. I'm gonna get rid of magma. I'm gonna hold the rest for now. I don't. I wanted gumballs. I keep forgetting when I get to that stage to take the gumballs. We're at 18 prestige. Hello Wade, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. And I'm sorry to hear, in half an hour my electricity goes out. What's going on, Wade? Why is your electricity going out? No idea why. Did the raid alarm go off? My landlord told me it's going to be an hour. An hour of no power. That's not good. Chocolate. When you shield, gain 6 regen for the fight. Everything's so big. Yeah, I don't know how to use more of these, so we're gonna get rid of that. I'm like thinking, well, I just do my dishes or vacuum or shower, but no, it's all electric. I mean, you can load the dishwasher. So you can load the dishwasher, you don't need power for that. Vacuum. Why don't you have a battery-powered vacuum? And shower. Just have a cold shower. You can do all of those things. So I will do the Unga Bunga and go back to the Middle Ages. Very fair. I don't have a dishwasher, I do the dishes by hand. Yeah, well, you don't need power to do the dishes by hand. How do I get warm water? Do you have a gas stove? Or just fill your sink with warm water now whilst you have electricity. How do I get warm water? Tell it some cheeky jokes, it blushes. No. Okay, well, fill your sink with hot water now, or right before the power goes off, and there you got hot water. Can I get some shield scaling? Charge another small item 1 second. Haste an item for 3 seconds. That's kind of good. Use another food, tool. That's also kind of sick, actually. I might grab that. I feel like having... What if I don't do it and enjoy doing push-ups in the dark for an hour? That's fine. You do you, my bro. You do you. I'm purely just going with your suggestion. Welding helmet is interesting. Ah. Okay. Okay. Hmm. This is getting interesting. When you use an adjacent tool, your heated or chilled food items. When you use an adjacent tool, your heated or chilled food items gain plus 10 I don't have enough space. Because that then works there. And then we just pop that there. Right? Because that gives us some decent scaling now. I don't know if that's better though, because I mean, when you use an adjacent tool, so this tool activates. I need another burn spot. I think that's what I need primarily, because then I can put this here to do that. Well, power is gone now, lol. They just rang the doorbell. Oh. That sucks. If you have a medium tool, this item's cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds. So then we can do that. And this. Right? I don't know. Let's have a look. We get rid of that. Or every 4 seconds I can charge a food by 2 seconds. Ooh. I don't know what's better here. Oh, big ones. They just ring the door. Well, power is gone now, lol. They just rang the doorbell. I'll be gone soon. No! Hopefully you can just stay. Hopefully you can stay long enough to help me with this run. Alright, let's see how this goes. How's your week been treating you otherwise, Wade? Are you having a good week so far, apart from your electricity going out today? Find Saffron. Saffron house is OP. Alright. Still alive. That's good. Are you feeling better? Get rid of the gingerbreads. I want 5 spaces because I want to get chocolate. I'm gonna get rid. I don't know if cake batter is good or not. This is an issue. That's a tool. That procs that. I don't know. I had a flare up yesterday. Forbid me the tattoo appointment. I just hope the doc doesn't forbid me the tattoo. I had a flare up yesterday of my chronic debuff, so I don't know. I just hope the doc doesn't forbid me the tattoo appointment. That sucks, mate. I'm sorry. When's the tattoo booked in for? 24th. Alright, well, fingers crossed for the 24th, mate. Still got almost 2 weeks, so fingers crossed. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of cake batter. I'm gonna get rid of oxygen masks. I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's workable. Gold. I don't know what Stu has, so I'm gonna go see Stu. I know he's got like chef stuff. That's what I want to see. Oh, oven mitts would actually pop off on this build super duper hard. I think oven mitts is actually better instead of microwave here because we've got 3. We can have 3 heated items. So I feel like that's actually unreal. First time you use a non-burn or non-poison item, each fire charge your burn and poison items 1 second. That's also epic. We got oven mitts. How freaking good. Consultation to improve our kitchen as well. We're going to grab another heated slots. Bingo freaking bango. So this is actually pretty super duper. Alright, so we can't put that on a heated slot. We can put that on a heated slot. Pop the decanter on a heated slot. Pop that on a heated slot. Microwave is better. Dude, how is microwave better? Whenever you use another heated item, charge this 2 seconds. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 heated items. Oh, that's a tool. Never mind. I actually want to keep that. So I'm going to keep that. I don't actually think microwave is better here. Haste 2 for 1. First haste all. Haste 2 for 1. Versus haste all for 2. Oh, okay. Yeah, but it's proccing more often. Plus, that's proccing it, so that's already... That's 1 charge there. The time, I agree with. The haste time, I agree with. Okay. Alright. Okay, well now it doesn't matter. The heater doesn't matter. So we don't need any chilies. Because now we can do that. I'm going to chuck that in there. With that. I'll chuck that there. That there. More often than every 3.5 seconds haste on everything. I get what you're saying. I don't know. I'm definitely still conflicted because I think also having a shield is, yeah, I don't know. I think it's 50-50. I get what you're saying. I definitely understand where you're coming from. I just don't think necessarily it's that clear cut. But I do understand what you're saying. Anyway, let's have a crack. Do you have the OP shield skill? No, I don't think so. I've got Haunting Flight, Defense Grid, Rear Shielding, Frostfire, Frontal Shielding, Left Eye, and Protein Powder. You don't, so it's not better. Okay. Burn equal to 20% of this item's shield. Haste adjacent items for 1 second. When you burn, this gains... Burrito. This has burn equal to its crit chance. Frick, that's cool. Because that's already 55 burn straight off the bat. And then we got pizza as well. I feel like pizza... Pizza's interesting. I don't know how Pizza Gingerbread House works. Because when you use another food, gain 58. So that's giving us 300 shield every 8 seconds. So it's not super great. But I guess Basket's also taking some time. You just need hot honey saffron on the house. Okay. Alright. 2 income, 3 enchanted items, diamond. We go 3 enchanted items and see what we get. Radiant Stinger. Use. And Icy Butterfly Swords. Cool. Turbo Keychain. Interesting. I'm gonna pop that there. Oh, wow. Use another property. Use a haste item. That's cool. That's freaking awesome. You just need Honey Saffron, and other than that, the shield scaling skill keychain might do something, yeah. Yeah, I think getting rid of the keychain for Deadly Coffee. Deadly Coffee is cool, gives us a bit more crit chance. Also hastes, but that's pretty much doing that anyway. So, let's have a look. Yeah, I think we just need some scaling. I don't know what this hot honey saffron is, but when we find it, we'll get it. But otherwise, I think so far this build's pretty sick. It's not. Oh, because that's hasting food. So our keychain's not getting any haste, unfortunately. But it's still working. Let's see what the keychain did. Keychain activated twice. So I'm pretty sure that's why that activated 4 times. Nice. Alright, we just need to get 7 more food. I wish we have the transform, that would be cool. I want chocolate bars, but I don't have the space for it. This is... because I need that. Trail mix? I don't know what trail mix does. I don't know if it's worth holding on to. think they can get rid of the decant. I don't know. I don't know what's good. This is the problem. Alright, we'll get a small non-weapon item. We've got pancakes, cool. We've got pearls. This item's cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds. Oh, that's cool. So it goes down to 6 seconds with a multicast. That's cool, I never knew that. Oh, awesome. Thank you, mate. There is hot honey. Oh, there we go. Toxic honeycomb. Adjacent food gains... Oh, that's sick. Okay. Pasta's got a slow. When you use an adjacent food, charge this 1 second. That's awesome, because we can just put that in for the instant noodles. Alright, very cool. So we're going to grab that. So we'll get rid of pancakes. Going to get rid of the decanter. We're going to go... There is hot honey. Pterodactyl. This starts to stop flying when it stops flying. Deal 1,000 damage when you use a dinosaur flying item. Charges 2 seconds. I feel like this is so sick. Like, in a stealth build, you could easily get it to stop flying and deal like 3,000 in 10 seconds. Where's the saffron? Now, honeycomb wants to scale the saffron that scales the house. Okay. So I'll grab that. So we don't have saffron yet, so that's what we've got to find next, I'm guessing. Right. Small item. Okay, cool. Alright, we'll go for Foundation Revenant. Let's see how this goes. I like having a bit of poison as well. You don't get a lot of poison on Jules. Oh, I like the scaling here. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, I get it now. Alright, epic. I'll get rid of trail mix. I'll grab that. I'm gonna get rid of that. Enchanted item with poison. I feel like we kind of just have to go with gingerbread house, no? Alright, watch this. Icy saffron. Icy pizza cutter. Charge the food to the left, to the right of this 1 second. If that food is heated, instead charge it 2 seconds. That is freaking cool. Poison the house, now you can win against Cheese Jules. Nice. And then... Oh, we don't need to do that. We can just do that. What's this? That's only silver. Let's try and upgrade it. Haste adjacent items for 2 seconds. When you haste the food, charge it 1 second. Haste adjacent items for 2 seconds. When you haste the food, charge it 1 second. That's cool. I like that. Charge your other heated items 1 second. When you shield or gain regen with another food, burn 6. I feel like Jumbo Wok also actually could be like really sick, because you could do like Jumbo Wok here, microwave, and then just like a bunch of scorched peppers just like chaining each other. Anyway, we're just gonna grab this. And yeah, let's just see how this goes. I'm just intrigued more than anything. I think this is still a win. I don't think it's gonna be great, but let's see. Bit of extra charge right there. Bit of scaling, boom! Look at that. Wow. Happy with that. How many casts did we get? 5. Nice. That's solid. Alright, we still gotta sell 4 more food. We gotta use more food. There's so much we still gotta do. When you use a tool, that's an apparel, so that's not gonna work with it. I just want some chocolate bars to get this across the line. I'm gonna get rid of the radiance. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay. Give me some chocolate bars. Nice. Yeah. Awesome. Basket cooldown is reduced. We got Santoko. Oh, Santoko with that that one that's like increased this one's burn. That'd be cool. Egg timer, pancakes, nothing there. Never sell your noodles. Curry. Curry is interesting. Seafood cracker, ulu knife. Never sell your noodles. Sorry. Alright, we got Dultron. The Dultron. First 4 times you shield each fire charge an item 1 second. Please give us electride hull, or your large items cooldowns are reduced by 2% for each small item you have. That could also actually work quite freaking well, if I do say so myself. Alright, that's a W. Alright, when an adjacent item burns, charge this 1 second. Haste 3 items for 1 second. We need to Nonna. What's Nonna got for us? Your food cooldowns reduced by 5%. Very nice. Your heated items have their cooldowns reduced by 5%. Alright. First 4 times you use a heated item, each fight burn 5. Now I'm just going to go for some CDR. What do we got? We do have a tool, so we'll go here. Here's another tool, charge this 1 second. Refrigerator. When you use another chilled item, charge this 2 seconds. Your chilled foods have their cooldown reduced by 10%. When you use an adjacent food, charge this 1 second. Adjacent foods gain. Alright, I just realized I think I have this positioned incorrectly. When you use an adjacent food, charge this 1 second, so that works. When you use another chilled item, charge this 2 seconds. When you use adjacent food, charge this 1 second. Okay, that's cool like that. That's fine. Yep. AC foods 2 seconds. And then we're going to pop that in there. For now. Let's see. Could have just moved the basket rightmost. No, because I need microwave to be on a hot panel. So now that's right. When you sell this, gain a random skill. What do we got? Oh, static acceleration. Awesome. That is actually super sick. I see. The house. Thank you. Whoa, Egg's CDR is like really naturally low. That's pretty cool. House, hot house. Cornucopia. Charge your other heated items 1 second. Charge your chilled items 1 second. Charge all your food 8 seconds. Damn, is that worth getting rid of... What's Turbo Keychain doing? Turbo Keychain's activating that. Nah, Turbo Keychain does that for us in half the time. That's sick. Cornucopia. Cornucopia, charge your heated items 1 second. And we can do that every 2 seconds. That's super tempting. Turbo Keychain uses 2 items, house and microwave, yeah. Yeah, no, it's Keychain's better than the egg timer, because the egg timer takes 12 seconds as well. I'm just contemplating the cornucopia, but I just think that it's maybe not worth it. I don't know, because it would have to be... trying to think what the most natural way to do the cornucopia would be. Could we even do it like that? Or even pop that there, pop that there. Nah, because you need the cornucopia. Far out. Yeah, can't really get it, hey. Nah, okay. Alright, let's reverse. Alright, we're gonna leave that, let's go. Let's see how this goes. Alright, fingers, toes, everything in between, crust. Alright, nice. Keychain activates. Oh, we got smoked. Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white vans. Well, we did like nothing. Alright. Alright, small items, let's see what we can get. Butter, we got some honeycomb upgrade. Butter, no. Okay, upgrade on the coffee. When you crit with an adjacent item, charge this 1 second. Let's do a transform. Let's see what we can get. Alright, that's actually kind of sick. It won't even give us a prompt, which is really annoying. I'm gonna go Trash Titan here. I really want a prompt on this, because I feel like it's going to be like a 1 second cooldown. Butter is one of those items you always want to keep on pocket. It's OP. Okay. Alright, hopefully we get Juggler here. Icy Whisk has no pop-up text. Report the bug. Icy Whisk has no pop-up text. I feel like it might resolve itself now, but we'll have a look. Oh yeah, okay. What do we got? Gameplay issue. I see Whisk has no pop-up text. Nice. Alright. Let's just try the Icy Whisk there. I'm also really intrigued. I feel like we should have done this before. That's actually really silly. Decanter, charge of food, 3 seconds. Is Decanter better than Deadly Coffee? Alright, when you crit with a food... Oh, that is mental. That is mental, because that's at 60, that's at 52. I actually feel... I don't know what to do there. I'm almost tempted just to go like that. Like that, like that. Well, Poke is cool. When this item gains regen or crit chance, charge it 1 second. That's pretty cool as well. There's a lot of really cool items that that Jules has, that's for sure. When using adjacent food, charge this 2 seconds when it's chilled. Alright, that doesn't work for this build, unfortunately. Alright, let's see how it goes. Bit of a gamble, but I'm hoping this works how I'm thinking it could. But I mean, we got 2 chances on the basket for it to activate how I think it will. So let's see. Alright, I don't know if it's working. I don't think it is. No. Nope, unfortunately not. But still, freezer builds are OP, by the way. When you crit with a food, charge one other food 1 second. Alright, we're gonna double the ooh. Gain regen equal to 10% of this item's shield for the fight. Alright, we'll put shield on the basket. Huge. Yeah, I wanted to try the serving platter. I was just curious how that would work. Alright. I think we can potentially get rid of the deadly coffee as well. I may chuck the decanter in. Alright, let's see how that goes. Delivery drone, charge another flying item 2 seconds. Haste item to left distance flying, no. Curry. Transform into 3 copies of the small, non-legendary item to the left of this for the fight. Don't know how. I don't know how that would work. 3D printer's sick. I just don't know how to work it into a... Ooh. I mean, that's gonna be 7 plus 5. That's gonna be nearly 12 seconds. Get rid of that. I'm gonna grab 3D printer. I think that's idea. Hot sauce, universal sauce, egg timer. That looks like it works well together as well. What are we going to do? Upgrade. We're going to go gold skills here. When you use a tool, items adjacent to it gain plus 6% crit chance. You know what? Sure. We'll go against Rex. Rex specs here. When you use a friend, gain. Oh, I forgot we already have static acceleration as well, so already kind of gaining some crit. But we got a little bit additional crit generation going on the gingerbread house. So 30% crit there. That's pretty good. Yeah, nice. That looks good. Alright, we're gonna go see JJ. Alright, Laurel's Forest. Shield 100, gain 10 regen. This has multicast for each unique type on other items you have. Alright. Get Wavy, how is it going? Jules Gaming, yes sir. Where I was playing her off stream. Yeah, I was playing her off stream, wanted to give it a crack, and started a run, and it ended up going pretty well. So I just thought I'd jump on stream and finish it off. We got some pretty cool items. I'm questioning whether Laurel's Fortress is worth substituting Shielded Basket for. I think it is. I'm gonna get rid of the Radiance thing. I'm gonna grab that. We'll sub that in like that. That's 5. Oh, there we go. Icy Whisk. Deal 30 damage, reduces items cooldown by 1 second for the fight. Freeze and open 0.5. And then we'll chop that in there. I almost feel like Key is actually better here. When you use a food, increases times burn and regen by 4. I'm just curious, even like doing like a decanter with like these. Charge of food 3 seconds. So then that's 4 by 3, 12 seconds. So it cast twice. So in 6 seconds it cast 3 times. Like that's pretty crazy. I don't know. Interesting. I mean, that is superior. I think this is correct. After 10 seconds charge, your food after 10 seconds, charge your food 12 seconds total. This looks so dumb, but you do you. Well, how would you do it? This is like literally what I had before, just like slightly better, no? What do you think like that? Shielded basket is basically a forecast. Yeah, but it's also when you use another food, gain 83. So that's 400 plus another 400. So that's 800. Whereas this is only doing 300 plus another 200. So it's 500. See how this goes. I think key is better than decanter, but oh, we got a bit lucky there. Yeah, I think key is better than the decanter. That's activating 4 times, charging that for 3, so that's really only giving it 2 procs. Wait, in that same time, that's freezing for 4, that's okay. That's not too bad, okay. Alright, I'm okay with that. Alright, I'm kind of intrigued just to do... Alright. So get rid of laurels. Get rid of this. I want to try this. Transform into 3 copies of the small non-legendary item to the left of this for the fight. Then I'm going to do that. Your heated items are immune to freeze. The first 9 times you use your rightmost item each fight. Charge a freeze item 1 second. I feel like the immune to freeze is better. So let's go. Can I haste the printer with the coffee? Not really because of hot plates. I mean, like I can. But then I get rid of microwave. Is that what you're saying? Get rid of microwave, do this instead? Or even... Nah, because then I'll use another property, use a haste item. So I can do... Can you haste the printer with the coffee? Yeah. I think printer doesn't... Can you haste the printer with the coffee? I think printer doesn't work then. The copies aren't even turbo keys. But we're casting gingerbread house 1, 2, 3, 4 times. They don't need to be turbo keys. Let's... test it. Let's do that. Saffron, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna test this and then we'll do a proper build with saffron. Charge other heated items 2 seconds. Oh, if everything was shifted across one, I would actually be so tempted to put it there. But obviously that doesn't work. Haste adjacent items for 1 second. When you use a hasted food, when you haste a food, charge it 1 second. That's tempting to put it there, but that's not a haste adjacent items. That's so funny. I just feel like that's the ultimate troll build, is if I can put the food truck when you haste the food, charge it 1 second. No, we're just gonna leave it like this, but that would be so funny. Alright. Alright, let's see how this goes. Awaken District. Let's go. I think we got 12 seconds here. Nah. I actually have no idea what just happened there. I also realized that I've got absolutely no volume on. So apologies for that. Okay, let's have a look again and see what happened. So we got 1, 2. That's already 500. 3, 4. They did 1,000 in 12 seconds. Because that costed 14 seconds. That's not bad. Shield items have plus 25, nice. money. Alright, dig for a free item. What are we gonna get now? Charge a non-toy item 1 second. Use an adjacent toy. Charges 1 second. Haste adjacent properties for 2 seconds. When you use a core or another raid, charge this. No. First time you fall below half health each fight, you take no damage for 2 seconds and gain 50 regen for the fight. Just depends how quickly I fall below half health. What do we got? Multicasts. When you burn, charge this 2 seconds. When you crit with an adjacent item, charge another item 1 second. When you crit with a food, freeze. Holy crap. That is freaking cool. Okay. Because that's already got 60% crit chance. 110% crit chance. When you crit with an adjacent item, oh, it's gonna be adjacent item. Charge another item 1 second. When you crit with a food, freeze an item for 0.5. That's crazy though. Hell yeah, microwave. Spice rack is nice and all. Hell yeah, microwave, spice rack is not, but microwave will haste your board and your build is pretty great. Okay. Alright, and then we need that. And that. Alright, adjacent items gain plus 10 shield. Equal to this item shield. When you use an adjacent food, charges 1 second. Adjacent foods gain plus 20 food and regen. Cool. Adjacent items gain plus shield for the fight equal to this item shield. Goes there. Haste. Adjacent items gain plus shield for the fight equal to this item shield. When you use adjacent food, charges 1 second. Adjacent food gains plus 20 shield. Adjacent items gain plus shield. So do these proc each other? Tea over coffee, I'd say. Okay. Oh yeah, we established that before. What are your thoughts, Wade? Turbo oven mitts? Oh, you're just saying keep microwave? Worse. Shield equal to 15% of your max health. That's kind of crazy. Roll for CDR. Dragon Melon's crazy though. Alright. Shielded butter's pretty sick too. Because shielded butter's also a food that procs that. Oh, sick. Oh, we got shielded basket, or do we go shiny basket? Oh, it's a double basket. Hang on. Oh, because this has multicast. Shy. That's sick, though. We just can't. We won't be able to activate that already. That's cool. Shiny got no quest done. Yeah, yeah. Right. Obsidian Freezer. When you use an adjacent food, freeze an item for 0.5 seconds. When you freeze, deal 400 damage. This has double damage. When you freeze, deal 400 damage. That's cool. Alright. Let's see how we go. Is this a 10-win run? Probably not. That build looks friggin' deadly. I think we're getting minced here. Let's see. Can we proc fast enough? I think we just got minced. Yeah, we're done. Let's go. Alright, 9-win run. Not bad. Alright, that got us to gold too. Happy with that. Alright, let's rip another. His build is pretty good though. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to beat. Hard to beat the ballista. A hasty ballista build. Alright, we're gonna rip in with another chef run. And then we'll both finish up with a Mac run. Alright. Let's go Durian. Can't use it at the moment. When you use a tool, gain 5 damage for the fight. Your weapons gain damage, that's kind of sick. Use 60 food, that's got multicast, when it's haste, this gains plus 10 crit for the fight. Yeah, let's get another weapon. Very nice, straight into the silver. Sure, let's go pyro. We'll go Lost West. Weapons have plus 5% crit chance. Enchanted item. When you use a tool, Deadly Sorbet. When you crit, hang on. When you crit, charges 1 second. This has 50% crit chance. That's a self-proc. Yeah, 100%. 100%. When you haste, the weapon gains plus 5 damage for the fight. Your non-weapons. 100%. Cool, cool.
Defeat does not defeat me.
The energy is out. My oven is showing a blinking 12. What is going on? My guess is that either the power is back on, or that your oven is connected to a different fuse line than what is to do with the power, or what's been turned off. That'd be my guess. I've got that as well, where I'll have a fuse. A fuse will blow at my place. And the oven might not work, but other components will, or vice versa, where I'll think the oven is out, but other components will work. Alright, I'll take butter. Instant noodles, good. I don't want cookie cutters. Sorbet, nice. Salt, oof. What's going on? Adjacent items gain plus 10% crit chance for the fight. When you crit with an adjacent item, charges 1 second. This is getting kind of freaking cool. I do want... I want the durian. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of the lighter. And... it has energy for the display, and I don't understand. It could just... I reckon it's just connected to a cleaver. Scaling is OP. I feel like it's just connected to a different power line, like a different fuse line. I don't know. I don't know how things are wired in Germany. Weapons gain plus 3 damage for the fight, deal 3 damage. We use a tool, this guy's plus 5 damage. That's a tool, that's a tool, everything's a tool. Instant noodles, butter is good. Alright, let's get rid of. Fuck. Is it different power line? Why did the oven time reset though? I don't know. Maybe it's connected to. Maybe the power's back on, but obviously everything else would be back on. I don't know. But if there's power connected to it, and there's not power in anywhere else in your house, then it's either got a battery. But if it reset, then I'm assuming it's not battery connected, which means that it's on. So it's connected to a different power line. Witchcraft, that's what it is. Alright, I'm gonna get rid. Far out, I don't know what I want to get rid of. When you use a tool, this gets +5 damage. Chopsticks is good. Cooking mallet is good. Carving fork gives us. Alright, getting rid of carving fork. I can't decide. I just want salt. Adjacent items gain +10% crit. I'm assuming butter can't gain crit. Cooking mallets going to be the best option there. We also need Deadly Sorbet to be sat on a chilled spot, so we'll see how that goes. We'll go here. Gain a neutral item so we get a bit more crit chance. Nice. I'll hold on to that, sure. Let's go Eccentric Etherite. I don't know if we can beat her. I'm assuming probably not, actually. Probably should have put Chopsticks to the right side. I'm just hoping with the burn we'll be okay. Actually, a bit of crit on the burn could end up doing a bit more damage. So maybe that's okay. Alright, sweet. I think that's a win. Nice. Nice, that actually worked out really well. When you haste the weapon against +5 damage as well. I feel like we're going down the path of a weapons build. Medium items, sure. Let's see what we got. When using an adjacent tool, your heated or chilled food items gain +10 shield and +1 regen for the fight. When you use a small item, this gains +5 shield for the fight. Sure what the best option is there. Okay, so when you crit, charge this 1 second. When you crit with an adjacent item, charge this 1 second. That goes there. But we also want the Jurian. Which is frustrating. When you come in the dress and I'm go to JJ's. What do you got for us, JJ? Awesome. That is very, very cool. So. Oh my god. Jules annoys me so much. At the start of each day, this gains plus 10% crit chance. Adjacent items gain crit. This does crit and freeze. We get shield. But my Durian can't do any damage. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put that. I don't know. If you find the skill, if you have one food, it gives your weapon on use plus 20 damage. You can play weapons build with Laurel's favorite. Alright, if you find the skill, if you have one food, it gives your weapon on use 20 plus damage. Okay, I'll keep an eye out. That actually sounds cool. Okay, actually, this kind of works so far. I don't hate this build at all. Nice, I'm happy with that. Awesome. That's super duper. Okay. Sells medium items. What else you got for us? When you buy a food, this gains plus 10 shield. You know what? I'm just gonna grab an apron. Why not? And then we'll go to Finn's, and we'll do that. We never do that. Deal damage. It's deal damage equal to your shield. Yeah. I'm thinking we probably would rather have haste. At the moment, that's doing 50. Let's do that and that. I think that's the play. Shield equal to this item's crit chance. So I do want to maintain it as such. This is interesting because I do want this to have crit. I just need to wait for extra space. I can't do it right now. Because ideally I would have it. Yeah, okay. I feel like we can take on Hoverbike full again. Yeah, Durian, OP, Aprian, Durian, GG, you want scaling. Alright. We just gotta find some shield skills and some other goodies, and then we're good to go. Nice. Nice. Alright, when you buy food, this gains shield. Okay, cool. Alright, we go to Quicksaw. Your food items have plus crit chance equal to twice this item's value. At the start of each day, this gains plus 1 value. Awesome! What do I want to give crit chance to? Obviously this one. points. Upgraded bronze tier item. It is tough. I think I'm gonna upgrade this one just so I can get some scaling on it faster. Alright. Now we got extra space. That goes there. Okay, so this doesn't actually change much. Unfortunately. So let's go 36, that'll go to 40. Yeah, cool. Okay. Alright, so that does nothing at the moment. When you crit, charge this 1 second. It says 50% crit chance. So you can also just do it like that. Your Durian OP, you want scaling. The Durian crit goes on Durian. Alright, cool. Upgrade a bronze tier item. We're gonna upgrade a bronze tier item.
If you knew my true purpose, you would stand aside.
5 shield for the stupid cake. Or 5% chance to deal double damage on Durian.
Please, share with
Let's
me
see.
your secrets.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Kev's Armory, what have we got? When you use a small item, this gains +5 shield for the fights. That is interesting. And I'm gonna grab it. I'm just... If these go... When you crit with an adjacent item, charge this 1 second. When you crit... When you crit with an adjacent item, charge this 1 second. When you crit, charge this 1 second. That also freezes. When you use a small item, this gains +5 shield for the fight. I kind of like it though, just by food. I get what you're saying, but I'm like, we could potentially scale this later with like some good crit combo. I don't think it's necessarily the worst thing in the world. I don't know, I'm just gonna hold on to it. I know what you're saying, but I could play a good build, but what if I play this instead? When an adjacent item burns, shield 10. When an enemy would destroy your items, this is destroyed instead. Okay. Boiler room has haste. Let me have a look. First weapon. Shield charge. Adjacent items gain shield. Alright. What's his skill? Boiler Room Brawler, Haste Shield, and Retiree. When you heal or gain regen, shield items gain shield for the fight. Okay, so I'm going to go Retiree here, purely for extreme comfort. If you get the mid-size on slow burn item and slow enchant on chaff, you go infinite. If you get the mid-size on slow burn item and slow enchant on chaff, you go infinite. When you shield, charge this 1 second. When an adjacent item burns, shield 10. If you get the mid-size slow burn item and slow enchant on chaff, you go infinite. When adjacent item burns, shield 10. Gotcha, okay. Keep chaff in case of heavy enchant. Alright. What's that? That's only done 6. And if you get it, you play the oven, scale the burn thingy, and you're OP. And if you get it, you play the oven, scale the burn thingy, and you are OP. Alright, crates, mountain pass, nice. Alright, let's see how this goes.
No, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
I am you. That's what's called emu. Ah, okay, yep, gotcha. I know what you're talking about now.
Crikey, mate, have a look at this.
Revenge for Australia burning emu.
Bring her about. I've got another salvo.
Souls food, what do you got for us? I'm gonna use an adjacent tool. Charge this 2 seconds. That's scaling, that's scaling. I think we're good. The only thing that gets me with the basket is the crit chance and multi. Freeze an item for 1 second when you crit charges. Because then we're freezing a little bit more often. Alright, I'll grab that. I'll see how we go. Heated. This gains +10 shield for the fight. I don't hate it. I mean, that's scaling. That was scaling each turn. Yeah, I'm okay. Sells weapons. Deal damage equal to double your regen. Oh, that's freaking cool. That'd be awesome on a Mac build. We'll go for Infernal Envoy. Alright, deal damage equal to the regen plus the burn on both players, burn equal to your regen. Alright. Alright, chilled. Adjacent items are chilled. Freeze 2 items, 1 second. Apron scaling is your win con. Okay. As a can stew, if you have another food with burn, shield, regen, or freeze. If you have another food with burn, shield, regen, or freeze, this has +1 multi-cost for each. If that burns, when an adjacent item burns, shield 10. Adjacent items are chilled. Wait, dude. I've just chill, man, please. I know you're probably trying to help or something, but bro, this is literally like the 5th, 6th time I've played Jules. Like, I haven't watched anyone play Jules. Yeah, but bro, this isn't like. This isn't like Mac where I like actually know what I'm doing. Like, this is genuinely like one of the first times, one of the handful of times I've like run through with Jules. Like, I don't understand. I'm just trying to like work shit out, you know. I appreciate you trying to help, but yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Just chill a little bit. So that burns every 2.5 seconds. When Jason and I burn, shield 10. That's cool. as a canned stew, max of +4 multicast. The swan intrigues me. Because we could put the swan here, sorbet there, but then durian's hot and cold. Actually, I'm gonna do that. Alright, that's that. When you crit, charge this 1 second. Freeze. And Jason Adams getting crit. Nice. When you're using adjacent food, it gains +5% crit chance for the fight. Chilled. This has +1 multicast. Alright, so that basically no. When using adjacent food, it gains +5% crit chance for the fight. Adjacent items gain +10 crit chance. That one definitely intrigues me a little bit. Let's see. Twice this value, slightly shades get +2 value. Yeah, we're at the caravan. Let's have a look. Let's see how this build goes. I want to see how this freeze works. I'm also intrigued to see down the line how this freeze works as well. If we can improve it, we can get more freeze. Nice. When you sell this, your leftmost haste. Okay. We don't have any ammo. I'm almost when you crit freeze. There's definitely like a lot of options that we can go paths that we can go down here. When you shield charge this 1 second. This is all. When you shield, charge this 1 second. When you crit, charge this. Do something there as well. Alright, okay. Not sure. Let's see.
Mind if my crew films this for the show?
It's like a double freeze build, like freeze versus freeze. Nice. Kev's Armory. What do we got? When you use an adjacent food or tool, shield 10. When you shield, charge. And then when you crit, shield. This just changes it up massively though. I'm super intrigued because I kind of want to do like a shield loop. Because if we go, when you shield charge, when you use an adjacent food or tool, shield. So charging this activates, this crits. When you crit charge, that shields. When you use an adjacent food. This gets really interesting. It's gonna be really cool. Alright. Alright, so when you shield charge, I need one more space. I'm gonna get rid of the boots. Okay, I'm putting it on the butter. Right. Bang, bang. When you shield charge, when you use an adjacent food or tool, shield 10. Charge. Oh, this is so frustrating because of the positioning. That's okay. Let me put that there. When you use an adjacent food or tool, shield 10. That goes. That shields. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, but we've got no crit generation there either. So we want to do it like this. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to work that. That's alright. The bushel's cool. It's just freaking hard to squeeze in. When you crit, charge just 1 second, that freezes, cool. Okay, whatever, we're just gonna do it this way. See what the Bazaar has to offer. Shield equals these items damage. Shield equals items poison. When an enemy uses items adjacent to this game possible. Crit chance for the fight. When you crit with an adjacent item, slow an item for 1 second. When an enemy uses an items adjacent is crit. Again, 4% crit chance for the fight. When you crit with an adjacent item, slow an item for 1 second. That's freaking interesting. Okay. No, let's stay like that. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that. We'll hold on to honeycomb, get rid of this. When an enemy uses an item suggested in this game, possible crit chance for the fight. When you crit with an item, slow an item for 1 second. Let's see how that goes there. Nah, because that doesn't guarantee us. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll stick with what we got. Sweet, that worked really well. Cool. When one of your burn items is hasted, it gains +1 burn for the fight. When you heal or gain regen, items gain +3%. Crit. When burn items is hasted. When an adjacent item burns, shield 10. When the enemy will destroy your item system is destroyed. Alright, what do we got here? When you freeze, transform an adjacent non-legendary small item into a slushy for the fight. When you freeze, haste an item for 1 second. I want to know what a slushy larger. I want to know what a slushy is. But I also believe that this could work quite well in this build. try that there. Nice, we got an upgrade on the Durian. We do have a microwave. Haste your food. We've got so much freeze that I actually think transform an adjacent non-legendary small item into slushy for the fight. Chilled, your slushies are chilled. When you freeze, haste an item 1 second. I just want to see what this looks like. Transform an adjacent non. When you freeze, haste an item. That's all it is. Which now that I think about it, it's quite a big haste. I don't know. I'll test it out in the next. I'll test it out in the next opportunity. When you shield or gain region with another food, that is not food. Cool. Nothing I want there. Alright, let's see how this goes. Let's go. Alright, what are we at? 5 Vix, and the streak ends. Yup. We done, so... Yeah, this will be tough. Come on. A little bit more. Bang. Oh, so close. Oh, their shield's scaling. Come on. Yeah, we got this. Nice. Alright, let's see how we performed. 10 freeze. Nice. 4,000 damage. Nice. Happy with that. Let's see what we can get. Cornucopia, chilled. Charge your other chilled items 1 second. Charge your other chilled items 1 second. When you freeze, this is chilled for 2 seconds and gains plus 15 shield for the fight. When you use a small item, charge this 1 second. That is freaking epic. Is that a food? No, that is a tool. Use a small item, charge this 1 second. When you crit, charge this. When you freeze, this gains shield. When you crit with an adjacent item, charge another item 1 second. This is all getting very critty. It's almost... I almost want to get rid of the swan and bring the spice rack in. When you crit with an adjacent item, charge another item 1 second. So when you crit with any item, this activates. When you crit with an adjacent item, charge this 1 second. This is interesting. And it's like when you freeze. When you crit with an adjacent item. Ah, but then that's not chilled. Nor is that. We would need to move the apron out to move that across to put that in there, but then that wouldn't have crit chance. However, when you crit, that would activate. That's not adjacent to anything. Nah, it all gets very difficult. When you freeze, this is chilled for 2 seconds and gains plus 15 shield for the fight. When you use a small item, charge this 1 second to shield. So initially we're only getting 3 freeze to 45, taking that to 60. First we have 109 there. And it's not activating much faster. No. Haste heated items when you use food increases burn. No. Cool. Sells items. Let's see what else we got. When you use an adjacent food, chilled. When you use an adjacent food, charge this 2 seconds. Freeze 2 items for 1 second. We can, like, honestly, we can go pretty crazy on the freeze build here. It is definitely charge your non-heated food 1 second when you use a tool. Charge this. When you freeze, when you use an adjacent food, freeze an item for 0.5 seconds. When you freeze, deal 100 damage. That's kind of crazy. Because we can put that there. Getting 3 freeze right off the bat. Add a bit of crit in, that's spicing that up. I actually don't hate it. I think it definitely could. I feel like it could freaking work. When you use an adjacent food, freeze an item. When you freeze, deal 100 damage. This is so tough because we've got like 2 decent builds here. It's just whether or not we want to take the pivot. But I feel like having a deadly sorbet is almost kind of a lock. When you use an adjacent food, charge this adjacent food gains plus 20. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of the honeycomb. I'm gonna grab the freezer. You know what? We're gonna go up against Thug. I think we can take him. Let's see how good this build is. I'm hoping worst case scenario we're gonna have enough shield to at least be able to survive 1 hit. Yep. I forgot about the poison. The poison got us. We actually did alright though. That's better than I normally do. Gold tier skills, what do you got for us? First time you crit each fight, freeze an item for 4 seconds. Brilliant. Cool. Still small items. What do you got? When you freeze, deal 100 damage. When you freeze, burn. Do that. Get rid of that. That's
Diamonds come in small boxes.
right. Let's go to fins. All right. Let's see if we can hold on to this. I feel like we've kind of. I feel like we've got to the end of the rope here. I feel like, yeah, if we do win this, we really need to get some decent scaling, or else we're kind of screwed. Going into the final, or final stretch, I should say. Oh, so close. Come on. Hold. Hold. Got him. Very nice. Alright, so that's 7 wins. No prestige lost yet. Fingers crossed. Alright, we also got a bit more crits. I'm just assuming that this can't get crit. Yeah, my assumption was correct. Alright. Give that a bit more crit. Haste gains plus 20% crit chance for the fight. Charge all your food. Chill. This is cool. Curry. Sick. I do want a fortune cookie. I love me a fortune cookie. Alright. So that goes 5. I only have 6 there. Alright. Food have 17, 34. 34% crit chance now, which is nice. Nearly there. Yeah, I can't afford that yet, so get an item. What are we getting? Leveled up apron. Let's go. Alright, we're going up against Oasis Garden. I do think I want to test this out now. So when you freeze, deal 100 damage. When you use an adjacent food, freeze an item for 0.5 seconds. When you freeze, deal 100 damage. So when you crit, charge this 1 second. This freezes. This does not have any crit chance, which means we need this one, which does have crit, to come in. Alright, let's just see how this goes. I don't think that this is a good build because we have no scaling. Yep, and we're dead. Can we please start the storm ASAP? Alright, that was very, very silly. Oh, that's gonna cost us freaking a lot.
As a GSM
Gosh.
I can sell you things.
This is huge. Shield equal to 10% your max health when you slow. Gain plus 50 max health for the flight. So that's only shielding for 186, which is not as much as either of these are doing. When you use a food, slow an item for 1 second. So that's interesting. I also don't know why I'm here. I've got no gold. Choose a free loot item. CDR. Please. Awesome. Get a consultation to improve your kitchen. And we want chilled. Please. Interestingly now, that still doesn't work, but I think if we can get this, when you use an adjacent food, freeze an item for 0.5. When you crit with an adjacent item, charge this 1 second. So even something like that, where you crit with an adjacent item. I don't know. I'll have a think. But something is cooking. Well, now we swap these because that's at a full 119%. Obviously, that will still gain, but we kind of want to double this.
Why fight when we can feast? My fight is
So that's our plan, is to run a double on the apron now, and hopefully get that to crit, because that will give us about 700 shield, which if that's at full crit, should be a nice GG. 34%.
got talent.
Oh, that was so close. Let's go. Come on, we're just gonna get 2 more wins. 2 more wins here. I have no chance I'm gonna wink. No way, Jose. When you crit with a food, charge 2 other food 1 second. When you crit with a food, charge 2 other food. When you use an adjacent food, charge this. That's not a food. Oh, that sucks. When you crit with a food, charge 2 other food 1 second. I kind of feel like that works. Okay. This crits. This charges this. This charges this. Then this crits. This gets so interesting. When you freeze hasten an item for 1 second, with literally just got like a full like freeze platter. When using adjacent food, freeze an item for 0.5 seconds. It's just like when you crit with a food, charge other. Surely the charge. That's a guaranteed crit. Every 4 seconds, that's a guaranteed crit, which then charges 2 other food items 1 second. Which causes that to free, that's a crit. I think it's right. Oh, we also have this as well. I don't want to get rid of that, so get rid of these. Boom. Alright. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go up against Jordan. Jordan.
These Piggles devs have no idea how to balance this game.
When used a small item, gain 3 region for 5. Okay, cool.
Finally, some space for that blunder.
Oh, trust. Trust. That's already slowing. Put haste on the serving platter. Let me grab the food. Haste 1 item for 1 second. Cool. Do for a free item.
Because you're gonna get dirty.
When this item gains regen or crit chance, charge it 1 second. When this item gains regen or crit chance, charge it 1 second. When you crit with a food, reduce the cooldown of adjacent food by 5% for the fight. Crit chance 50. Oh, that could actually work really sick. Oh, it's not a food. That's dumb. Okay.
Mind if my crew films this for the show?
That
Let's
was
make this
good.
quick. I have something in the
Alright. Let's see if we threw or not. We're up against a burn build. First burn build we've seen. Awesome. Huge. Huge. That's a massive amount of damage very, very quickly. Plus the freeze. That actually worked so much better than I anticipated. That's awesome. 5,000. Super, super quick. Huge. I'm stoked with that. Start your next fight with 1,000 shield. Sure. That sounds awesome. Get a temporary boost. Let's get some more gold. And we'll go up against Volcus Enforcer. Hopefully we can get Cryo Mastery. Cryo Mastery would be insane. Yeah, that's epic. I'm gonna go see Zara. I want haste charge shields. First 4 times you haste each fight charge a tool 1 second. No. First 8 times you slow each fight charge a regen item 1 second. When you haste, your items gain plus crit. I'm gonna reroll here. When you use a large item, first 6 times you use your rightmost item each fight charge a freeze item 1 second. Perfect. That's perfect. Sells foods. Let's see what we got. Cornucopia. Charge your other shield items 1 second. That gets interesting because then we even remove, because it's classified as a food as well. So it could potentially go even faster. I don't know. Let's see. We'll keep it as a backup. Plan B. That's annoying. Alright, that's right. We'll go to Nufu. Leftmost shield has possibility shield. First 6 times use your rightmost item each fight charge or slow item 1 second. Definitely. We're gonna take righty tighty. Assuming that should lock in the win for us. Alright, there we go. 10 win, perfect run. Let's go. Fingers toes, everything crossed. Come on. For the absolutely perfect run. 20 prestige, 9 victories. Up against a Vanessa, Poison, Shark Ray. Done. Huge. That was awesome. That is the fastest Durian I have seen. That was sick. I actually don't think I've seen a Durian that fast. That was sick. Alright, let's have a look. Bang. That's unreal. Awesome. Perfect victory. There we go. Huge. That's not bad for tonight. So we had a 9 win, followed by a 10 win. 10 win, perfect victory, Jules. Fastest Durian in the West. Awesome. And on that note, that is going to be our stream tonight. Thank you so much to everyone who has tuned in. Hope you all have an awesome week ahead, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks so much. See you. Bye. Thanks, baby. Just saw it. Appreciate that, mate. I'll catch you next time, but I'll post that on the Discord. All right, catch you, bro. Bye.